This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Monday, Jason Walker Show. Back inside the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. Hope you had yourself a wonderful weekend. I know we did. Got a little golf in. Hung out with the little one. Did some puzzles. It was a lot of fun. Fun time. Hope you had fun too. And you can weigh in on this show anytime at Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. You can also get a hold of us 406-209-1267. Auto Contest Performance of the Week coming up today. Ryan Schulte, Helena High Softball, is going to join us. Talk about the Bengals' first four games and much more on this edition. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and so many more great places to catch this show. Almost award-winning. Opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with three distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You've got milled log, you've got handcrafted, and you've got timber frame. And you can check them out at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. All right. It's National Championship Monday. Who you taking? Carolina, Kansas. Blue Bloods. Blue uniforms. It's kind of a matter of, do you like light blue or dark blue, right? Kansas will be in the home whites tonight. Carolina in the road darks. But you talk about great basketball. Yeah, we'll go back to Saturday and the Final Four for the men. But what about last night's championship on the women's side? Holy cow. Stanford left no doubt, built an 18-point lead over, not Stanford, South Carolina. 18-point lead in the second quarter over UConn. Just completely controlled the game and got the big win for Dawn Staley, her second national championship for the Gamecocks. And it was just a dominating performance. It was what women's basketball is all about. And fun, fundamental. And defensively, Stanford just controlled that game. They shut down Paige Beckers and UConn like not many teams have done over the last, 25 years, basically. It was as good a basketball game as you'll see. So congratulations to South Carolina. Now you've got the men, and what a Final Four it was. I mean, the women's Final Four on Friday was great, too. UConn, Stanford, classic. But the men, Kansas, really never threatened by Villanova. A little bit, but not really. But then the Duke-UNC matchup. Oh, man. Look, I don't like either team. I'm a Kentucky fan. Wildcats all the way, baby. Coach Cal is the greatest. Not literally, but he's awesome. But man, I was never a fan of Mike Krzyzewski. I just never liked him. And a lot of it had to do with being a Kentucky guy. But the tradition of Duke, the tradition of North Carolina was on full display. And North Carolina in that rivalry 7 or 8 miles apart in Chapel Hill and Durham, North Carolina, it's storied. It probably is the greatest college basketball rivalry. But what you also saw was respect, at least from Carolina. And of course, Mike Krzyzewski was classy in every step of the way for 40 plus years as the head coach at Duke, Bobby Knight's protege at Army. It was fantastic. It was absolutely a fantastic basketball game. Came down to the wire, and Carolina got the win. And it's interesting because Carolina beat Duke at Cameron in Coach K's last game at Cameron Indoor Stadium. And then Carolina beats Duke for the first time ever they meet in the NCAA tournament. And Carolina beats Duke to end Coach K's illustrious career. So Carolina's always going to have that going for them. So tonight's going to be a good one. Kansas and North Carolina. It was on this date in 1988 that Kansas won the national championship behind Danny Manning. We'll have more on this day in history coming up. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun night tonight. Hope you get a chance to watch the game. And it's going to, enjoy it. I'm picking Kansas. Got to go with Kansas. I'm a dark blue guy, even though I love Kentucky. Well, they're mostly dark blue. So that's my pick. Why save it to the end when you know now? Congratulations to Keon Hernandez, Tegan Vasquez, Carter Schmidt, Avery Allen, Paolo Salmonen, and Mason Christensen, All-Americas at the National High School Recruiting Showcase. You also had Izzy Moreno, I believe a Big Sky, Missoula Big Sky taking first, and Carson DeRozier took second in his weight class, which is pretty sweet. So congratulations to those dudes. And big shout out to Helena Senators alum, now pitching for Miles Community College, Cy Miller, 5-inning no-hitter yesterday against North Dakota State College of Science. Miles won 10-0, so it went just 5 innings. He said he was scheduled just to go 5 innings anyway. Struck out 12 of the 16 batters and walked just one. I mean, that's domination right there. I believe Cy threw a no-hitter in Legion Ball, too, a few years ago for the Senators. Struck out the side a couple of times. And let's see. Second and the fifth. Struck out every leadoff hitter he faced. And struck out 6 at one point. And nothing left the infield. And this is the case in a lot of no-hitter stories, whether it's, the pros, the college, the high schools, whatever. Miller said that, quote, my off-speed was really good. I did not really have great fastball command, but I could control or put my curveball and change it basically anywhere I wanted, end quote. So, yeah. And that's the case in a lot of those stories. They just didn't feel it in the bullpen, and then they go out and fire a no-hitter, a perfect game. It was in the 2020 Class AA opening round when Miller combined to throw a no-hitter with Tyler Tenney, who's also his teammate at Miles, Matt Burton out there as well. So, pretty cool. He was a pretty good Legion player. He's got 34 strikeouts now and 21 innings pitched. So, 82 strikeouts and 55 career innings. And he'd been struggling, he said it. He'd been struggling. And he comes out and fires a 5-inning no-hitter. So congratulations to Cy Miller there. No Cy Young. By the way, speaking of Cy Young, I've been reading this book. Joe Posnanski, the author, but it's called The Baseball 100. He ranks his top 100. And I'm up to like 36, 35, something like that. But great articles in there and great stories about the Negro League. And, of course, Cy Young, who, as we all know, finished with 511 wins, although he argues it was 512. He also has the most losses in Major League Baseball history. But that's what's happening, at least on the national scope. Locally, great spring sports got going over the weekend. Saw some great tennis, softball, track and field. Saw some great high school golf. How about the Jefferson High golf team? The boys especially. Didn't win it at, where were they over the weekend? They were somewhere. They had 3 tournaments last weekend. Won 2 of them. They're heading to Eureka. They're going to play a couple of great courses up in Eureka this week. Wilderness Club and Indian Springs. 2 completely different courses. I was talking to a member of the Jefferson golf team yesterday out golfing and said he'd never played them. I said, think of Wilderness Springs of Augusta with the Masters. You've got the trees, the green grass, the just beauty. Scenery is amazing. And then Indian Springs is more like a links course in Scotland. It's flat, it's open, the ball will roll forever. But good luck to local golf teams in action this week as well. So, yeah, it was a fun weekend. Now we've got wind. We've got so much wind coming tonight. It's already kind of started here in Helena and in the north, central, northwest Montana. But stay grounded, folks. Stay grounded. Coming up this week, tomorrow, Shelby Rasmussen's going to join us. MSU Spring Rodeo kicks off Thursday through Sunday at the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. And Sunday, I'll be down in Bozeman with SWX Television broadcasting the championship events on Sunday. With, is it Caleb Barrett, former Grizz? So that'll be fun. You can watch that Sunday from 1 to 3. So Shelby's going to join us tomorrow, her last spring rodeo. Linda Weiler-Jacobson's going to join us tomorrow. We're going to chat about her helping recruits in high school get recruited and get noticed. She was a great basketball player for the Lady Grizz and Robin Selvig. Of course, Ryan Swenson, Alex Eshelman, Mike Miller are scheduled as well this week. So it's been fun. We are in the midst now of another spring sports season. And we're going to bring you all the greatness. Man, oh man. Good stuff. I'm trying to find the track and field story I saw. I know Helena High had a pretty good run. I don't know how Capital did up at Glacier, but I know Helena High qualified, I think, 8 for state in the first meet on Friday. We'll talk to Jesse Zentz this week as well. What did you see that you enjoyed? What did you like? Who wins tonight? You can weigh in at Jay Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can get a hold of us 406-209-1267. But when we return, we're going to check in with softball. Helena High coach Ryan Schulte. His team took some lumps starting the season last week, went 1-3. And with that young pitching, how important is it to stay mentally positive? And how tough is it for young pitchers? We'll find out from Ryan Schulte. Opening segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. They will craft a home to last for generations. 50-plus years of experience, the finest craftsmen available in the state. Now, they have over 15 offerings under the milled log homes for floor plans, but you can come in with your own, and they'll create the perfect log or timber frame home of your dreams. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Just possibly going to talk with our auto concept performance of the week coming up. So that'll happen as well. Ryan Schulte is going to join us coming up next in the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. Above All Handyman Services does it all. And when they say above all, because they started with roofing. It's a family-owned business. You've got a business here in Helena, of course, and also in Colorado Springs. Great people to work with. They redid our bathroom last August, helped out in the man cave. They're licensed and insured, and they were literally do it all. Tile work is amazing. We had backsplash put on down in the kitchen. Impeccable. The tile in the bathroom, the bench in the bathroom, it's just great. And they'll work they'll go the extra mile for you because they care. Check them out online and also give them a call, 465-3483. It is Above All Handyman Services. All right, quick break. We'll come back, and Ryan Schulte will join us next here on The Jason Walker Show. Hang on.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
You can also just go to jasonwalkershow.com and get everything. We'll be talking to our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week winner coming up in about 20 minutes. So good stuff there. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. We talked about Rucker's Furniture in the past, about, the great stuff, like my daughter's bed. We took a Sleepy Sleeps. That's what we call nap time. Took a Sleepy Sleeps on Saturday. My wife was at some, candling class or something. She's into, crocheting and candling and cross-stitching now. It's cool, I guess. But it allowed the little one and I to have a daddy-daughter date day, and we ended up taking a Sleepy Sleeps in her bed, and we got it at Rucker's Furniture, and it is the most comfortable bed, especially for a toddler. It's a full size, obviously, and she just loves her bed. It took a while to get her into it and get her used to it, but now she just loves it. It's so comfy. The mattresses, spot on. It's great. We got it at Rucker's Furniture. Rucker's Furniture has unbelievable products, and they've been in Helena forever. And family-owned and operated. That's what I love about this. We have a lot of great family-owned and operated businesses on this show because that's what we are. So thanks to Rucker's Furniture. All right. There was great softball over the weekend down in the Gallatin Valley. Gallatin Bozeman taking on Capital. The Gallatin Capital was rained out. Helena High got both its games in against Bozeman, beating them 15-2, the Hawks, and then stumbling against the four-time state champs, 3 in A, 1 in AA in Belgrade, and lost to both Billings schools last week, or 2 of the 3, in West and Senior, and faced some really good pitching. And joining us now to talk about that and look ahead to tomorrow's games at home, weather permitting, is the head coach of the Helena High Bengals, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, Ryan Schulte on the Jason Walker Show.
All right, Coach. Happy Monday. It is National Championship game Monday. I will get your thoughts on that in a second. But assess the first week of softball. 4 games in, you're 1-3, but what did you see out of your team?
Well, I think a couple of things, really stood out to me. I think, I wasn't disappointed at all in how we approached the plate in any of those 4 games. I thought we came out and hit the ball well against Billings West. And they have two very, very solid, very good pitchers. And so I was happy to see that. We kind of came out against Venner in that second game, and I didn't like some of our at bats. I didn't think we saw the ball particularly well, but I thought that we were aggressive at the plate. She just did what she does and moved the ball around on us, and she can put the ball wherever she wants. And I think that she hammers part of the zone, and then she'll bring the ball back in a different spot. And so we just needed to see the ball better. But I thought that our approach at the plate was good. And then into the weekend, same type of deal. I thought that we attacked the zone when they threw it in, and against Belgrade, we hit it at them hard a couple of times, and kind of missed some opportunities early in that game to maybe get that timely hit. But at the plate, I thought we were where we needed to be at this point in the year. In terms of I think I told you last week that in the circle we're young and we're going to take our lumps at times, and I think that became pretty apparent in the West game through both pitchers in that one, and they both just what Faith and Riley are working through is you got to be able to start ahead of teams and start ahead of batters and not fall behind, and I thought we did a better job of that on Saturday, and after that once you get ahead, staying ahead and making sure you don't give them anything real good to hit, and so. Ultimately, though, I thought they came out and they competed in all 4 of those games. I thought Riley looked really good against Bozeman. And I thought Faith battled well with Venner in the senior game. It was a 0-0 game going into the 5th. And so I thought Faith threw really, really well that game as well. And then defensively, we've made some really, really nice plays and some big plays. Throughout the field, and the girls are staying engaged through every play, and it's helping us a lot. But there's been a few little things along the way that have cost us. and maybe snowballed some runs against us in some innings, particularly in the Belgrade game that happened late in the game, and kind of allowed them to score 6 runs. So, I think overall, I like the way that the girls have competed so far. But just as with anything, our youth showed a little bit over these 4 games, and that's my job to make sure that we continue to progress and get better even with our youth.
With the young pitching staff, how mentally, and you're one of the best mental coaches out there. We've talked about that for a few years now, but how important is it to keep these girls positive? Faith surrendered 3 runs on 4 hits against West, and then, there was some rocking going on basically. And these are young girls that have a lot of stuff to worry about outside of the softball field, but how do you keep them mentally prepared? Because they did get rocked their first couple games out.
Yeah, I think it comes back to, today refocusing on those games after, or the days after a game. And what we try to do is we try to make sure we go through our reflective process and recognize where did we maybe fall a little short, not from a result standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. So I think it begins with the reflection piece and recognizing, hey, this is where, I didn't do a great job of being either focused, or maybe my attitude, got the best of me in terms of just my lack of confidence at a certain point with a certain batter. And so the first thing we do is we reflect on it, and we make sure that we know exactly where we maybe didn't quite come to, maybe where we fell a little short in terms of our mental approach, in the circle. And then what we try to do is we make sure that we highlight that, and we make it our point of emphasis either for the week going forward, or, this is a quick turnaround. We play Great Falls High and CMR tomorrow. So we want to make sure that tomorrow, that wherever we maybe fell a little short mentally, that we make that our point of emphasis for the games tomorrow. So it's a reflection followed by a deliberate, we're going to make sure that we focus on it in the next game.
Ryan Schulte joining us, the Helena High softball coach, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. It is early in the season, obviously. Is it better to have this game, this doubleheader tomorrow coming off the start of 1 and 3, or would you have liked to add some more practice time before you face 2 pretty good teams?
Yeah, I think you look at it one of 2 ways, right? You look at it with a quick turnaround in non-conference play, and then and so would I rather have that, or would I rather have, finish up and wrap up our conference play tomorrow, and then we have 3 days of work before we start our conference on Saturday. So I'm okay with the quick turnaround in this particular case. Really in our non-conference games, we've spent a lot of time obviously focused on us and some of the intangibles that we need to bring to every game, rather than the opponent. And now what we get to do is we get to kind of wrap that phase up of embracing one another and making sure that we're embracing each other through the ups and the downs. So even though the focus is obviously we want to walk out of these with wins, it's okay to walk into it and say, okay, we're going to really focus on ourselves and on these specific details of our game. And then on Wednesday, we get to come back after these 2 games, and now we get to really kind of turn the page, and maybe hone in on some specific things in practice that we need to. So I'm okay with where we're at as far as the schedule. I'm ready to, I'm excited to see, we already talked about it, a couple things that we did Saturday that we didn't necessarily like from a mental standpoint as a team. And, I'm excited to see us turn around and maybe enter into that and do that a little differently tomorrow.
How compare Kennedy Venner of senior? We've seen some great pitchers over the years through the state of Montana. Where does she rank?
I think she's up there, certainly. I think that when you start to talk about, the girls that I've coached against, the Allie Williams and, the Hawkers and the Achenbachs and the Annie Toons, a couple of years, there was a couple girls from Big Sky that are mixed in there. I think she's certainly, I don't know if she's at Tristan Achenbach's level or then she doesn't throw as hard as Allie, but Allie did. But she reminds me a little bit of an Erin Hawker, and just the ability to put the ball where she wants to when she needs to. And, she changes speeds. And that was the thing about Hawker, is that, she didn't overwhelm you with velocity. She was just, she just understood how to pitch, not just to throw, but she pitched very, very well. And I think that you put Venner right in that conversation, just with the way that she commands the circle, and her mental approach is fantastic. She does not change her body language. She's just rock solid in there, and gets the job done for them. And then I saw Hawker be in the same exact way.
Speaking of Hawker, you get the Great Falls schools tomorrow. What do you expect from them early in the season here?
Yeah, I mean, they've started off really well. I know they lost one to Glacier, and then they beat Flathead pretty handily, and then came down and went down and played Butte and beat them pretty handily as well. So, I mean, what that tells me is that they're who they are. They continue to hit the ball well. I think probably, I don't know if it's 1 through 8 or 9, but I'm sure it's definitely 1 through 5 is very good, I'm sure. And then in the circle, I think they're young there. I know that the Enos girl pitched well for him on Saturday against Butte. But I think that, she's young, but she got some experience last year, but from the sounds of it, she's picked up and improved from where she was, and she's got some great pedigree in terms of her mom and her aunt were both great pitchers for Great Falls High back when I was going to high school there. And so I'm sure that she brings that same level of competitiveness to the circle that they both did. So I think that they're going to be very good. They're always just a great program, and no matter who they have to replace, they seem to figure it out.
And what about CMR?
So I think, CMR actually returns more players than I think Great Falls High did. I think they were relatively young last year. In the circle, I know that the young lady that's pitching now, and I'm blanking her name, Garrity maybe, was solid last year. Again, Alex Lowry's coming into, I think this is now her 3rd year as a head coach, and I think that all she's going to do is continue to get better. She's got great mentorship from who she played for, and so she's going to put a great product on the field. Again, I think they walked out 2-1 against Flathead, then they lost to Glacier, and then they beat CMR, beat Butte. But I think again, these are two programs that I don't know if they have some of those top level girls. I'm not sure yet. We haven't seen it, but even without that, they're going to be a great and solid program. And so I'm looking forward to playing those 2 games and seeing how our girls obviously respond from the weekend, but also just want to see how we go out and compete again against very good programs. And I think that's just a testament to where those programs are always at.
Well, you bring that up, and I want to follow up on that with Ryan Schulte, Helena High softball coach. You look at great programs in the state of Montana in AA. Obviously, Great Falls High, CMR, a Capital's in there. What's it going to take to get Helena High to that level?
I think that it's a number of different things, right? I think that as a program, we're a program that I think people know that they have to come in and play their best to beat us. And I think that's where you want to be, year in and year out. And it's not to say that, I think one of the things that we look at when we think of great programs, do they come out and do they play great defense, right? Do they, are they a team that's going to make you earn those runs that you get, regardless of who's in the circle? And I think that from our standpoint, I think we've knocked on that door in terms of being that consistent program, for the last 8-9 years. I think for us, it's a matter of, when we've been really, really good in the circle, we've been very, very competitive and good as a team. And that's just one of those things that, we've been building and trying to incorporate every year is how do we continue to get better in the circle? And I think that we're in a really good place right now, as a program in the circle where we have a lot of pitchers. We're really young there. But we're just continuing to develop that and that mental toughness in the circle. And obviously that's where a lot of it starts at.
Who wins tonight? Kansas, North Carolina?
I think it should be Kansas by all rights, but I don't think they're going to get it done. I think Carolina's going to beat them. I think they're playing very well. And when you listen to that coach, the way he talks about his kids and the way that he really just deflects everything to them in terms of praise and what they've done. And I think a mentality like that, obviously he's built a great culture and built upon a great culture. And I really like the way he approaches his program, and those kids play hard for him. So I think Kansas should be the winner, but I think it's going to be UNC.
That was the most politically correct answer you could have given. You're not
probably.
You didn't pick a winner.
No, it's UNC. Okay, I'll say it right out. It's UNC.
Okay.
I mean, I think Kansas should, but I think Carolina will. That's what I should say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it just depends. Basically, do you like dark blue or light blue? I mean, that's what it's about tonight.
Yeah, right. And when I played at Great Falls High, we went to the Carolina blue for a couple of years, and so it's got a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for the old Carolina blue.
All right. Hey, good luck tomorrow. Thanks for your time as always, and looking forward to seeing the continued growth.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you.
That is Ryan Schulte joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It is your life, and Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. So, weather permitting tomorrow, Capital will host CMR and Great Falls High, as will Helena High, Northwest Park, Mahelish Field. A couple of great sites to watch softball here in the state. Now, look, there's really good complexes across the state of Montana, but there's just something about the school fields. You know, and I know Northwest Park isn't Capital's field. It's the city's. But Mahelish is a great venue to watch. I mean, when you get, like Crosstown, you get people just lined up on the outfield fence, and it's packed, standing room only there. It's so much fun. Just great action. And I know, like I said, I know there's other great ones. Bozeman High's got the new facilities and stuff down there with the new football field and everything, and the multi-sports complex in Great Falls, Billings, Missoula, I mean, you name it, Kalispell. But I just love going to a game at Northwest or Mahelish. It's just fantastic. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching the young ladies. So tomorrow, 3 and 5 scheduled start times for softball, as the Helena schools host the Great Falls schools, which is always a fun time too. You know, it's like different rivalries, but pretty cool. Let's see here. 5 new coaches going to be added to the Montana Coaches Athletic Hall of Fame, Association Hall of Fame this summer. Hamilton's Mark Albert, Corvallis' Spencer Holtz, Glasgow's Rod Karst, Frenchtown's Rod Paskey, and Flathead's Jeff Thompson will be inducted in July in Great Falls. So congratulations to those great coaches. And, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else did we see here? I think that's about it for that. Big upset in tennis yesterday. Northern Arizona got past Montana. And the Grizz now no longer unbeaten. So is it this weekend, the Cats and the Grizz battle on the tennis courts to end the regular season? That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for sure. Hey, get on the schedule now for Nitro Green. For all your lawn care needs, your tree services needs, your pest control needs. And they will take care of you all summer long. Nitro Green does it better than anybody in the business. And if you want green grass this summer, Nitro Green. Of course, we need some help from Mother Nature, but Nitro Green will help. I mentioned this last week, but last year I had a little bit of an issue right in the middle of my yard with some dead grass. And they came out, they looked at it and said, you got these little like bugs. And so they came out the next day, they sprayed it, and my grass was green within a couple of weeks again. So thanks to Nitro Green. Check them out online. You can give them a call in Helena as well, or wherever you live across the state. Get a hold of Nitro Green. Fantastic, fantastic services. All right. Who's taking Carolina? Who's taking Kansas? You can let us know. A lot of votes for both, really. Let's see here. I did see something I wanted to check on. We got rodeo coming up this weekend in Bozeman, Thursday through Sunday. You can watch the finals on Sunday on SWX from 1 to 3. I'll be calling rodeo, which is greatness. Lots of fun. And let's see. Got PBR coming in April to Billings. We got a lot of stuff coming up in Billings and in Montana this month, which is pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. All right. Just confirmed we're going to talk to our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week nominee when we return. You're going to want to hang on for that. Also, reminder tomorrow, Linda Weiler-Jacobson will join us, former Lady Grizz standout for Robin Selvig. She's helping recruits in high school get noticed. And Shelby Rasmussen will join us, speaking of MSU Spring Rodeo. It is the kickoff to the Spring Rodeo season for college, for the Big Sky region in college rodeo, and it is the best college rodeo, hands down. CNFR is great, but the crowd, the facilities, I mean, the Brick Green Fieldhouse is perfect for rodeo. And can't wait to get back there on Sunday with SWX crew. So there you go. All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we return, our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week winner next. This is the Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Monday. Got on this day in history coming up, the walk-off, and much more. But I want to hop right into our next guest. He is a USA Wrestling National Champion. His name is Israel Moreno, and he joins us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Congratulations, man. How's it feel?
Thank you for having me on. It feels great. You know, I've wrestled in a tournament a few times in my life, and it's been a while since I've even really placed in that tournament. And yeah, it felt good to just get out there and tear it up this weekend.
What weight class did you win?
152.
52, okay. So how did you get into wrestling?
Well, I was born in a huge wrestling family. My dad, my uncle, and my cousins all wrestled throughout high school, and my uncle and all of them actually went on to college too, so it's kind of born into it.
Well, it makes sense. And you haven't chosen your college yet.
Mm-mm.
Any idea?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Holding off a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Go back to Iowa this weekend, and when did you know that you had a really good chance of winning this thing?
I don't know. I don't usually look too far into my brackets, because the further I go into my bracket, it's usually like the more nervous I'll get. So I really just focused on taking one match at a time, and I was really just focusing one match at a time. My main goal was just to place, and then once I got to the finals, obviously my main goal was just to win it.
Who'd you beat in the finals?
A kid from California.
Okay.
I don't remember his name.
That's good. You don't need to know his name. You just know you won.
Yeah.
National wrestling champ Izzy Moreno joining us here, Jason Walker Show. Coming off of another year of wrestling in high school, how awesome. I mean, can you compare the crowds to Iowa to what Metro Park is like?
Well, I feel like at state and in the Metro, especially like in the finals, yeah, you feel like there's more people watching you. You know, there's only 4 mats in the Metro in the finals, so you definitely feel like there's a lot more people just eyed in on you. At nationals, they still got mats running like third and placing matches running while the finals are going on. So there's still like probably 10, 15 mats still going while you're wrestling as well. So it feels like the focus isn't necessarily all on you.
How many state championships have you won?
How many? Say that again. Sorry.
In state, how many titles do you have?
I have one right now, and 2-time finalist.
Okay. Man, can you compare what it's like to win state compared to winning a national championship?
That's kind of a hard one to compare. In state, for high school season, there's a lot more pressure, at least on me, during high school season. It's just like super important for me and super important to like, I feel like for colleges looking at me and stuff. And my postseason wrestling is, my off-season wrestling is just, I'm way more relaxed because I have all that pressure from high school season off of me. And so you wouldn't necessarily think that nationals would be less stressful. But for me, I feel like nationals is definitely less stressful than high school season.
Izzy Moreno joining us, the Missoula Big Sky wrestler who plays second at state this last February. Can you go back? Do you go back to that match and look at it and go, "Man, I had a point there, or things like that"?
I haven't even watched the match yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many times do you go back and watch matches, or do you?
Yeah, I go back and watch a lot of my matches. I'll watch my matches with my dad as well, and we'll critique them and stuff. But yeah, like when I won state my sophomore year, I've watched that match a lot of times over the past 2 years.
I bet.
Yeah.
You were at 145 this year. Why the decision to move up for nationals to 52?
Well, after high school season, I kind of just took a break for a while, and
And ate?
And I wasn't really focusing on what I was eating or anything. And then I started working out again, like lifting weights regularly, and started gaining back some muscle and stuff. And then I had the option to go down to 45 or stick 52. And I just, after cutting weight all high school season, I didn't really feel the need to cut down to 45, and I thought I would be healthy and strong at 52, which is the weight I was kind of walking around at.
We're talking with national wrestling champ from Big Sky, Izzy Moreno, here on the Jason Walker Show. A few final questions for you. What are you going to wrestle at next year? Are you going to move up a class, or are you going to try to cut?
We'll see how off season goes with lifting and everything, and yeah, just everything. See if my body grows.
Sure.
And right now I'm already weighing more than I did last season, but yeah, we'll see.
Do you feel mentally stronger too?
Yeah. Like I said before, with high school season, I think I just build it up so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so once it's finally over, it's just like a bunch of stress off my mind. And with that, I just feel like I wrestle more relaxed and more confidently in off season.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's one of those deals where, I wrestled my sophomore year in high school, and I felt going into the next baseball season for Legion that I was not only physically stronger, obviously, but mentally stronger as well, because it's such a great sport for both physical and mental aspects.
Oh, yeah.
Izzy Moreno joining us, Jason Walker Show. You're good friends with Carson DeRozier of Capital. How many times have you guys, just for fun, dueled?
Oh, me and Carson, we've known each other probably since 5th grade now, probably. Actually, maybe even before that, like third grade. We've been wrestling all the time. He travels all the way from Helena over to Missoula. Like, he used to do it like 4 times a week.
Jeez.
And so me and Carson go way back. He's been my partner forever, and I really give a lot of my credit to him. I mean, we build off each other. Iron sharpens iron, that saying. And it's really true. I mean, over all the past years, me and him just built off each other, and it's really why I feel like I'm where I'm at today is because of him.
That's quite the compliment. I mean, he's heading off to wrestle in college, which you will too, I'm sure. But and it's so much fun because you get to learn from others who've had success as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited when you get to talk to a national champion. It's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah,
doesn't happen all the time,
Yeah.
What's the reception been like around school, or do they even know?
Yeah, some of them know, some of them don't. I'm not a huge attention freak, so I don't really tell a lot of people. I'll tell like my close friends, but yeah, I'm not one with a lot of attention. I don't like a lot of attention.
What how do you get pumped up for a match? So take me through those few moments before you hit the mat when you're doing warm-ups and getting ready. What are we listening to?
So honestly, I'll have a warm-up like probably an hour before my match, sometimes even longer. And then I'll have a good solid warm-up, and then like right before my match, I really just like sometimes I'll sit down, sometimes I'll just like pace, but I really just try to relax before my matches, because I feel like if I think too much and I start to like try to hype myself up too much, that's when I start to get kind of nervous. So I always just try to let my mind calm down.
So you're not
before my matches.
You're not one of these guys that goes out and slaps his face and he's slapping his thighs and his biceps and.
No, that's not.
When you see someone do that, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's like everyone has their own ways of getting themselves ready. So I can't judge anyone with that. I mean, I know, like, I was even talking to Carson, and he smacks his face sometimes, and that's just how he gets himself ready. So, yeah, I can't really judge anyone on how they warm up and get ready for their matches.
Well, it was a pretty successful weekend out there in Iowa for Montana wrestlers. You did well, winning it. I know Carson took second. Who else was out there? Avery Allen, who's a pretty good one.
Avery Allen.
Keon Hernandez, Paolo, Mason Christian, Tegan Vasquez. I mean, and Carter Schmidt. Those are all just unbelievable names in the state of Montana for wrestling, and you guys just kick some tail out there.
Yeah, Montana's tough. All those kids that you just named off, they're some of the toughest kids in the country.
Who's your biggest rival?
In country?
No, in the state.
Probably just Carson, just because I practice with him so much. You know, but it's like a friendly rivalry, you know.
Well, hey, he's at 52 now too. He told me he weighed like 151, so.
Yeah.
You guys would have. You almost wish he was coming back next year for Capital, so you guys could face each other at state.
Yeah.
Okay, who would win that match?
Ooh, I can't say
that. You want to say you? Go ahead. It's okay.
No, I can't say that.
I love it, man. Hey, best of luck in the off season. Looking forward to following your big year over in Big Sky next year, and just have some fun, enjoy it, and thanks for joining us, man.
All right, thank you for having me.
That is Israel Moreno from Missoula Big Sky joining us. Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, national champion. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool in the postseason tournament. So congratulations to all those kids we named. And good kid, very good kid. He's going to win state next year. I'm calling it right now. Okay? Probably at 52. That'd be a really good weight class next year. Oh, man. All right, let's do On This Day in History. Jason Walker Show. It is April the 4th. It is Chicken Cordon Bleu Day. I do not like chicken cordon bleu. I tried it one time. I was, is this 8th grade? 7th or 8th grade, and won the Easter Seals free throw shooting contest for the state of Montana one year, or 2 years in a row. But that trophy right there between the Rocky and Northern helmets, I got in Missoula because we got honored, the boys winner and the girls winner, at halftime of the Cat Grizz game. And we also got that pregame meal with the team. So the year before we were in Bozeman, and we went to a steakhouse in Bozeman in the old Albertsons parking lot. And I can't remember a Bonanza Steakhouse. That's what it was. And I spilled Tony Hampton's lemonade all over his food, so he had to get new food. Felt so embarrassed. Ray Willis was there. I mean, these were great teams. And then the next year, I won again and got to go to Missoula. And pregame meal with the Grizz was in Dahlberg Arena, somewhere in some back room, and it was chicken cordon bleu. And I was not a fan of it. So it is Chicken Cordon Bleu Day today. It's Hug a Newsperson Day. School Librarian Day. I used to have the biggest crush on a school librarian at my son's old school down in Gallatin Gateway. But she played volleyball, I believe, at Boulder back in the 2000s, late 90s. It is Vitamin C Day today. In 1911, Hugh Chalmers, automaker, suggested the idea of a baseball MVP. He would actually give the batting champ a brand new car. 1937, at the 4th Augusta Masters, Byron Nelson wins the first of his 5 majors. 1938, the next year, at the 5th Masters, Henry Pickard would win his only. 1974, Hank Aaron on this date tied Babe Ruth's home run record, hit 714 in Cincinnati off Jack Billingham. 1983, NCAA men's basketball 45th. NC State beats Houston 54-42. You remember the great buzzer-beating dunk, Lorenzo Charles, Derek Wittenberg's air ball from 30, and Jim Valvano running wild, looking for anybody to hug. We talked about that with Bob Valvano, his brother, a couple years ago here on the show. 1988, the 50th tournament in Kansas City, and Kansas beat Oklahoma by 4, Danny Manning leading the way. 1993, 12th Women's Championship, Texas Tech over Ohio State. 94, at the 56th Men's Championship, Arkansas beat Duke. I love Duke. I don't. 2005, 67th tournament, Carolina beat Illinois, their 4th title. Can they win it again tonight? Let's see here. 2006, the Women's Championship, the 25th, Maryland over Duke. 2011, UConn beat Butler. Was that the day that Butler couldn't hit the broadside of a barn? Couldn't hit water if they'd fell out of a boat. 2016, 78th Championship, Villanova beat North Carolina. 2021, last year, the Women's Basketball Championship, the 39th, Stanford beat Arizona. And on this date in 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky, and you'll have big hoops tonight down in New Orleans, as you've got North Carolina and Kansas. Each has won a title on this date. I'm sure you'll hear Jim Nance talk about it. Carolina, on this date, we mentioned 2005, and Kansas on this date, 1988. So someone will repeat on this day in sports history for basketball. There you go. Everything just, sports, it just circles back to each other. Everything ties in. It's fantastic. And so speaking of the Big Easy, if you want the best Cajun food this side of New Orleans, you got to go to Cafe Zydeco. Unbelievable food. It's so good. And the item, I'm not a big fan of coleslaw, but I do love a po' boy, the barbecue beef po' boy with the coleslaw in it and their special sauce. So good. Fun show today. Thanks to Izzy Moreno for joining us. Thanks to his dad, Rick, and also Howard DeRozier for helping to set that one up. Lots of fun. Good kid. Ryan Schulte, Helena High softball coach, joined us as well. If you missed anything, you go to jasonwalkershow.com. Tomorrow on the show, Linda Weiler-Jacobson, Lady Grizz standout back in the day. And Shelby Rasmussen will talk MSU Spring Rodeo. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, great listeners and viewers. If you want to go to the jasonwalkershow.com website, click on the donate page. Any help is much appreciated. We love what we do. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock. The Jason Walker Show in the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave. Have yourself a magnificent Monday, and we'll do it again tomorrow. See you.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.